Miyamoto also said that Nintendo is trying to create a new kind of Mario for NX, probably indicating that the next mainline Mario game won't be a follow-up to Galaxy, 3D World, or even the 2D platformers, although it's certainly possible that we see games like that before whatever this new project is finished. Either way, he says that we'll probably see this new game in about a year or two, and he adds that maybe at next year's E3 we'll be able to share something.
So Nintendo will actually have an E3 presence next year.
Well, maybe,
he
right?
Said maybe.
Maybe they'll be able to share something.
Maybe we'll have a game.
I think the most revealing thing for me here is that means they won't have their sort of big new Mario game at NX launch or in the NX launch window.
At least not the revolutionary one. You know,
Sure,
maybe they are working on Galaxy 3 on the side, and this is something that they're working on for the future of Mario, but then they want something like that to launch the NX with.
That's possible. I kind of hope that's not true.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
They don't throw too many Marios at the wall in the first year, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
But, yeah, E3 is definitely after March 2017, so...
It's also really interesting to me that if they're not planning to roll out a Mario at launch for NX or near launch for the NX, that's kind of encouraging about the rest of their franchises. I mean, we know that we've heard rumors that they're porting like Smash Bros. And Splatoon and Zelda and, well, we know about Zelda, and Mario Maker, but it also gives me a lot of hope for other kinds of games like whatever Retro Studios project is, like Pikmin 4, because we know that a lot of the time they kind of put all their eggs in the Mario basket or the Zelda basket, and these other kinds of games sort of pad out the roster, but I would love to see them for once make a roster that really puts a breadth of games front and center, rather than putting one or two front and center and having a bunch on the side, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sort of as a periphery point to that, it's also nice that they're not just rushing out Mario, like, period, regardless of all the other games, because it seems like it's been a long time since they didn't try to rush out a Mario game.
Well, and especially after Wii U launched with New Super Mario Bros. U, and
then 3D World the next year.
Yeah, 3D World, but in particular Mario U, when the higher-ups at Nintendo basically heard the very lukewarm reaction to that game, and said, what's wrong with you guys? You wanted a Mario game at launch, we're giving you one. What's the problem? And that made it clear that they really were not listening. People didn't want, another new Super Mario game at launch. They wanted the kind of game like Mario 64, Mario Galaxy that blew people's expectations away. Whereas New Super Mario Bros. Really was not very inspired at all.
Sure.
So, it's good that they're kind of listening a little more.
I have a hard time believing that they really cared that much about their 2D Mario games that they produced in the last few years anyway, because clearly they had this period where they wanted to move on from them anyway to 3D games. We've clearly seen with the most recent 3D games that they're really trying to convert people from 2D Mario to 3D Mario. Yeah. And it seems like the 2D Marios they've been putting out have just been token Mario games and not things that they're really proud of.
Sure.
So I kind of hope that this new kind of Mario is a 2D Mario and that they're really being thoughtful about where to take that franchise, which is, that's the birthplace of Mario. At least Super Mario.
Sure. Yeah, I could see that. But at the same time, I would much rather have a 3D Mario.
Sure.
It's been a while since we've had... I mean, I know that stuff like Yooka-Laylee is like reviving 3D platformers and stuff, but I really love Mario 64. I love Mario Galaxy. I love Sunshine, and I'd like to see them take the formula back to a style where you've got, a set number of worlds that you keep exploring, keep doing different tasks within, rather than just a series of one-off stages.
Sure.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.